You know, you could put somebody's eye out with that thing.
We already got all the listeners, Dutch. We're heading out.
What about the different age ranges?
Don't worry about it. It's such a small demographic. If I were you, I'd quit while you're ahead.
Yeah? Well, if you were me, then I'd be you, and I'd use your body to get to the top of the podcasts. You can't stop me no matter who you are. Welcome to Quotable
Losers. Well, we are back, baby.
Yeah, oh man, what a classic introduction to such a classic movie, to such a classic podcast.
To a classic actor.
To classic people.
And I know we're being classic pains in the ass, but you know what?
I just love using the word classic.
It's a good word.
Classic.
Yes! Yes! Y'all not ready for that one.
Yeah, no.
So we figured because we ended on Ace Ventura 1 that we would bring season 2 in classic form. See what I did there? By doing
I saw it. Yes.
By doing the sequel.
Yes, it's such a great movie. I mean, how could you not? Honestly, when it comes to Jim Carrey and the Ace Venturas, I mean, how could you not do it back to back?
I think we'd be doing it a disservice by putting it out of order.
Yes! We would! Yes!
Oh my God.
Okay, that's enough of that for right now.
Until
next time.
We'll give you about 15 minutes.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, people. Quotable Nation.
Yes, because you know Dutch and his yeses. He can't go very long.
No, it's okay.
That's a loaded statement.
It sure is.
All right.
That's what she said.
Yes, we're gonna move on.
Yes. Okay, sorry. Out of my system. It's out of my system.
It's not.
It's not at all. Not even a little.
No.
So
I hadn't watched When Nature Calls in a long time, in years. I put it on in the background while I was working today, and then we just finished watching it again. And I still don't have it committed to memory like I did the first one. But that's okay. Doesn't mean that I don't appreciate it.
Well, no, I mean, it's such a... I think it's one of those movies where you know the movie, but you don't know the movie.
Right.
I mean, you know, we have determined that you don't have to know quote for quote for quote.
Yeah, that's how we end up with 3-hour-long recordings, man.
Yeah. But I also think that it's one of those movies that when you start talking about it, things start coming back to you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I like how they did a parody of Cliffhanger in the beginning of this.
Yeah, that's exactly how it opens up. And I'm such a mark when it comes to this because I love the movie Cliffhanger. Thank you, Sylvester Stallone, for doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was a good one. God, that's another one I haven't seen in a while.
Oh, I got it. We can make this happen.
I feel like you know what? It hasn't been that long because I remember watching it and he's like in a t-shirt throughout the entire movie in the freezing cold.
Yeah, because the bad guys made him take off his sweatshirt.
They just wanted
to
to
retrieve
see
the cargo.
how hard the nips would get.
Well, no, it was just basically an insurance thing. Like, hey, you know, you're going to go find the money for us, but you're going to die of hypothermia.
Sadistic sons of bitches.
Yep. Yes, they are the sadistic sons of bitches. It would be nice to have that kind of job security.
Horrible, these sons of bitches.
Yes, horrible. These people.
But instead of a human falling to their doom, it was a raccoon.
Yeah.
Raccoon. Excuse me.
Rakuten. They do not sponsor this podcast, by the way.
Yes, yes. All right, that was my fault. That was all me. I will take full responsibility.
Yeah, so it's a 2 or 3 pound raccoon that meets its untimely end.
Like that carabiner could not have held the weight.
Nope.
Of this tiny, furry little, cute little raccoon.
Trash pandas. They're so great.
I know. But yeah, this ruined Ace.
Yes, it did. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. And he ends up at the tallest monastery in all of Tibet.
Yes, and even though this movie was filmed in Texas and South Carolina.
And the province
of British Columbia.
Yep. I'm not going to forget that one.
You can't. Classic.
Yep.
See, I said it again. All right. All right, start drinking now every time we say the word classic. Because we've determined if you take a shot every time Dutch says yeah, you'll just get blacked out before the end of the podcast, and that's not fair.
Yep, so you're going to have to restart the podcast tomorrow.
Yeah. Where did I leave off?
So you have Greenwall, who climbs the mighty staircase.
He's so sweaty throughout the whole movie.
Well, yeah.
He's carrying a little extra baggage.
Well, what's funny about him sweating so much and climbing up the stairs is I often think of, Confucius when he says the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. I wonder if that actor, I think it's Ian McShane, that looked at it and said, well, fuck this. Because this is ridiculous. Have you seen the size of the staircase?
I don't think I could do it. I'd have to pause at least 10 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to just sit down here a second.
Yeah, it really gives the whole new meaning to the Mile High Club.
I went hiking in Montana, and it was about 60 miles total, and I felt like it was uphill the whole time, and I was not physically prepared for this. So I feel like those stairs would be just a reminder of what I had to go through.
Yeah. And honestly, tell you the truth, going down is probably worse.
Oh, yeah, because you're working different muscle groups.
Yep.
But you got the slinky, though.
Yep, you do have the slinky. I do, before we get to the slinky, I do like that when he walks into this monastery, he finally gets to the top, and the little, head monk, monastery, whatever, just kind of appears.
He's just
next
standing
to
there.
him.
Scares
Greenwall.
Yeah,
he's, whoa. He's like, oh, yes. It's like, I'm looking for a man named Ace Ventura. And he's like, no man carries with him a label. And he's like, yeah, right. No names. It's like, he's an American. He's like, we are all of the same life force. And he's like, oh, yeah. It's like, well, this gentleman bends over and speaks from his behind. He's,
oh, him. Follow me. Yeah, so he takes him into this little room where Ace is sitting cross-legged.
Deep in meditation.
His eyes are fluttering, surrounded by a multitude of animals, lion, a tiger.
Bears,
oh my. That was not planned, but it just happened. That's podcast magic for you.
Yep.
And he's got moths flying all over his head.
Yeah, there's a llama in the room for some reason.
Yeah. And, Greenwall goes up to his face to see if he's all there, waves his hand in front of it, and of course, Ace has to reprise his tactics.
I'm sorry.
I couldn't help myself. Yeah, there are some recurring themes from the original movie.
So I like that he asks, we have to get you to take this case. And Ace is reluctant. He doesn't want to take the case, because he needs to find his spiritual oneness. I guess, as it were. And Greenwald kind of ups the ante a little bit, and he was like, well, we're prepared to pay you 20,000 American dollars. He's like, really?
Right,
No.
but then he shoots it down. Yeah. He's like, I have no need for,
What? But did you notice? I didn't notice it until today when we watched it. He's like, I have no use for your earthly money.
Oh, like he's some kind of an alien.
Like,
we are children of the light.
I mean, but it's just so weird. Like, I don't need your earth money.
Yeah.
I mean,
like he's an extraterrestrial.
Yeah. You got some of those Mars bucks, though. Maybe we can talk. So, he goes on to say, and that's when the head monk comes in. He's like, if I may interject here.
Right,
Hold
because
on,
he
time
clearly
out.
does not want Ace in the monastery anymore.
Yeah,
because
he's like, we need the space.
Right.
We got people that want to come in, but we need this room for other people. So you got to go.
He's like, but I haven't achieved my spiritual oneness yet.
Wait. There it is right now. You just attained it.
Really?
I have.
I call bullshit.
He's like,
Yes.
oh, yes. No. I can see it in your eyes. He's like, I have yet to claim my medallion of spiritual oneness. Here, take mine.
But it took you over 80 years to earn it.
I don't care. I'm bored with it. Really. So
after this convincing, Ace, agrees to work with Greenwall and find this animal who has been undisclosed.
Yep. And the head monk even tells me, he's like, I'll go tell the rest of the monastery. Master, break it to them gently. And then they throw a party.
Yes.
Because Ace is
A
gone.
bunch of monks getting drunk.
Yep. There's one monk running around in his tidy whities. And what's great is when the door shut, Ace turns around and he's like, I've never seen them act like that before. They must be torn to pieces.
And then this is where he says, I'll meet you down there.
I have one.
Right.
I have one last thing to do. And then that's when he's rolling the slinky down the 10,000 flight staircase, which is so ridiculous.
Everyone loves a slinky. You gotta get a slinky. Slinky.
Go, Slinky, go.
And after these hundreds of stairs,
Thousands.
it probably
Hundreds of thousands.
hundreds of thousands.
Yep. I walked 5 miles up a staircase one time. What did you do today? Nothing. Yes.
Yes. That was Johnny Depp, folks. I walked up 1,000 staircases today.
No, it was just one staircase.
It was just a single.
It just had a lot of stairs.
Many steps.
Steps.
Yes, but the slinky makes it to the very last step and stops.
Yep.
Oh, you were right there.
Mind if I do it again? I'm sorry, Mr. Ventura, but time is of the essence.
Yes, he's like, we're going to miss the flight.
Okay.
Let's
do
all
all the things that you want to do. It's like such a dick.
Right.
Oh. So then it shows him on the plane. And the plane scene, to me, shows so many different funny parts to it just because of the fact that you have him being the most annoying passenger on this plane and nobody else in the entire area where they're sitting is reacting to him just being a full-on asshole.
No, yeah, nobody acknowledges. They don't look up.
Yeah.
They don't nothing. And
Like,
he's
he
got
has
a
a
magazine rolled up, and he in Greenwall's ear, he's doing different animal calls.
And as soon as he's done, he's just like, Canadian moose during mating season. And he's like, and now a yak. But the stewardess just comes walking up and she's like, peanuts?
Penis?
Yes, I have one right here. It's rather bulky, but I can carry on.
She said, no, peanuts. Like, oh.
Now, the only thing that I can assume is it's not peanuts, sunflower seeds. Again, at least that's what it looks like.
Well, yeah, because he spits shells all over the fucking arm. And there's no way that there would have been that many shells in that tiny little package.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you chew them up into a million pieces like he does with sunflower seeds, there's bound to be a lot.
Guilty as charged with the sunflower seeds.
So he goes to eating the peanuts or the sunflower seeds, spitting them, and you can't tell where he's spitting them. But Greenwall starts telling the story about the Wachitis and the Wachuchus, about how their tribes are getting ready to undergo like this huge civil war inside of Africa because they lost a said sacred animal.
Something.
Yeah.
He does do that little scene. It's weird because on this plane, instead of having the sliding blind that most planes have, it was curtains.
It's the curtain.
It's like little mini curtain.
There's something on the wing.
Something.
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
He's just so obnoxious to Greenwald.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like, what a dick. I mean, you ate an entire bag of sunflower seeds while he told this story. Then you're playing out the William Shatner scene from Terror at 10,000 Feet from the Twilight Zone. And now, all of a sudden, you're just going to, right at the end, you're just going to be like, oh.
Like,
what were you saying?
Wasn't paying attention this whole time.
I honestly didn't listen to one word you said.
Well, this pertains to all of us.
Okay.
Full circle, folks.
Yeah. So he goes to tell the story again, and he glances out the window really quick, just still to be the dick.
I feel like he was more obnoxious in this one.
Oh, yeah. He was way more obnoxious in this one.
But you found out that he didn't even want to do this movie.
No, he did not. He hated the idea of doing the sequel, and the only reason that he hated it was to be determined.
Yes, we can't tell you now.
Yep.
This will be disclosed later.
Yep.
It, without giving anything away, it was...
Spoiler alert!
No, this is not going to spoil anything. It was because of his character being perceived in a manner that is inconsistent with his usual affinity for animals. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yep. So then it goes to them driving in Africa, which...
He's pretending that it's a bumpy road.
This scene is so simple, but so stupid.
Yes.
I've actually done this before with people in the car where I've just bounced up and down and thrown myself around.
You hit a little bump and then you just like obnoxiously just start convulsing.
Oh my God. It's a beautiful country, but the roads here are terrible.
And you just assume...
Greenwald's just looking at him like, what the hell are you doing?
And then it cuts to a wide shot and they're on an actual paved road.
Yeah.
And then they see a fucking subway sign. Subway 2.5 miles or whatever.
Yeah. And then, Greenwald starts going over the map and he was like, well, just on the other side of this forest here, this jungle, is the consulate. And that's where we need to get to. He's like, so if we just follow the road around, well, Ace isn't having it.
He doesn't even let him finish that sentence.
Nope.
He just cuts right into the trees.
Yep. Just, hey, we're driving a Land Rover, baby. We can take this thing off-road. And that's exactly what he does.
And
straight through the jungle.
Now it gets bumpy.
Yep. Suspension's a little off. Alignment's off, too. So...
Then he starts singing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yes, which
It's not scripted.
No, it wasn't. When I read up on that part of him singing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, it was because Jim Carrey actually forgot his lines.
Now I want to know what his lines were.
I want to know what his lines were, too. Nothing has piqued my curiosity more than when I read that earlier today.
I know, man. What
was he supposed to say? What were they going to talk about? But
I mean,
I'm glad with what they went with.
I feel like regardless of what it was probably going to be just as obnoxious as the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah, and or it could have just been like, hey, you know, what are we looking for? What type of animal are we looking for? You know, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
What's expected of me? But yeah, no, I mean, the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I think actually made that entire scene just because of how into it he got. But I love that Ian McShane, if that is your real name.
He plugs his ears.
Yeah, well, not only that, but just stayed in character with it.
Yeah,
instead of just being like, what? Like, this isn't what we're doing. Like, huh? So he goes along with that and made the scene phenomenal. So just when they barrel through the end of the jungle and he's like, oh, good, there's the consulate. It's like,
show tunes?
Yeah.
In a jungle safari?
Have you lost your bearings, man? But I like that he's like, perhaps you want to slow down. He's like, not right now, Mr. Poopy Pants.
Yeah, and this kind of reminds me of that scene in The Other Guys where they're heading to the crime scene and Will Ferrell's showing no signs of slowing down. Ace does the same thing.
Yep. He actually double foots the accelerator, like both feet, one foot on top of the other, like bam, on the accelerator.
That's how you know it's all the way down.
Oh yeah. And E breaks it hard to do like 17 flips in the air to land in the spot. What I think is funny is Greenwald the whole time is just screaming like, ah! And you used to have Ace Ventura who's like, so.
And of course he has to, follow suit as he did in the first one.
Yep.
Like a glove.
Yep. Then they get out of the car and Greenwald is just basically like, thank God. Not only thank God are we alive, but thank God because this is the consulate car. We couldn't have hit this because we really would have been in some deep shit than Francis.
And it looked like he was about to puke too.
Yeah.
He literally lost his bearings and he almost lost his lunch too.
So they go through the
consulate. You should probably have this car detailed.
So when they get to the back of the consulate where the party's happening, which is I thought was kind of weird because I've never really noticed this before until we watched it today. But they get to the back and, that's when you have the consulate, Cadby, who is on the horse and starts riding over to Greenwald and Ventura. And he starts hitting the horse with the prod and...
The whip?
Whip. He gets off the horse and he just has it under his arm and Ace just takes it and whips him.
Yeah.
Like
really
right
hard.
on the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the horse, but Cadby, the guy that's hired him to find this elusive animal.
And of course he winces in pain.
Yeah.
To which Ace, mentions, well,
Why?
Funny, it didn't seem to bother you that much when you were doing it to the horse.
And I'll tell you what I didn't notice until earlier here in a second when he says, when the other guy says the line. But as they're walking in, that's when Cadby wants to know, well, just how good are you? And he takes one quick glance and he was like, you're a workaholic. You recently came back from a trip to Gotan where you most likely slipped and had a nasty spill. It's like, really? Huh, impressive. How would you know? And he's like, I thought you'd never ask. The abrasion on your left palm shows a substantial fall to 3 to 5 feet. And he covers his hand, like trying to hide it. And I don't know why he tries to hide it, because it's like, well, I mean, who cares? Who cares if you fell? That's when he says, it was shoddy masonry work. He was like, the plaster on the front tip of your boot would show that plaster is the likely culprit, and he wipes it off. Like, who cares? I mean, so what? And then he says his wristwatch is a high-end forgery of other brand. He's like, which you most likely got off the black market, known to reside in Gotan.
He pulls his sleeve down to cover the watch.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, and my work habits? He's like, yes. Workaholic. The urine stain on the front of your pants
signifies that you are a single shake man, far too busy for the follow-up jiggle.
Now that he hides,
yes.
Which any man would hide.
That should have been hidden. Yes, of all the things mentioned. But they have the whole scene on the outside, and then the party moves indoors.
Yes,
which is oh my god.
See, now Ace brings on his whole formality of, I'm going to be a dick, I'm going to be an asshole, as he walks up to the table has this very elegant spread of food out on it, and just starts picking up stuff and just throwing it straight at his face while he's chewing. Some missing his face, some hitting his face and falling to the ground, but only one berry that he throws at his face he gets in his mouth.
The first one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the rest, hit him in the face or just go off to the side.
Yeah.
And then he does the whole thing with the asparagus.
Yeah, as Cadby's talking to him, that's when he turns around and he has like 5 to 7 strands of asparagus hanging from his teeth, lemons over his eyes, right, berries up his nose. And he's just...
I like how he got both of them to pop out of his nostrils at the same time. I wonder how long that took to get right. Because
I'm guessing one take. It seems like all the best things always happen in one take.
And then it also seems like something that Jim Carrey would probably have practice in already.
Because I could see him doing it at home.
Yeah.
So,
well, who wouldn't?
But that's when I noticed the line that the other guy, I can't remember his name now, but the one that owns the amusement park.
Oh.
With the Raven.
It was like Gatsby or some shit.
Yeah. As he comes walking up, he was like, oh, lovely brunch. It's like, really? Is this what you do on a normal day? Like, this is your brunch? You just have like 500 people over?
Burton Quinn.
Oh, yeah, Quinn. Quinn's Amusement Parks. I knew it. Always the death of me.
Yes!
So Burton Quinn comes over.
Not to be confused with Bert and Ernie.
No. And he's got a raven on his shoulder named Tinky. And as Ace meets Burton Quinn, he says, hey, say hello, Tinky. And the raven, caws. Caw-caw.
He said nevermore.
Yep. And Ace actually says, pleasure, Tinky. It's like he's fond to meet the animal, but not any other people. So he starts talking about the common raven is rare in these parts, but that's when he notices the Monopoly guy coming down the stairs with his wife, who is draped with a shawl of fox, I think.
Fox carcass.
Yep. And that's when he is offended and like, excuse me. So just goes over and waits at the bottom of the staircase in such a asshole fashion, almost. Just leaning against the wall. He's like, that's a lovely wrap you're wearing. It's like, perhaps I could get you some furry slippers from the heads of defenseless and baby seals.
And then she's very pretentious manner.
Yeah.
Says something along the lines of, it is not uncommon for people to enjoy the fruits of whatever of nature, right?
Well, what's great is right after he says that, that's when the little guy's like, who is this ghastly man. It's like, Ace Ventura, pet detective, and you are the Monopoly guy. It's like, hey, thanks for the free parking.
But it's funny because, like, who's this ghastly man? And it's like, you look more ghastly than anyone in here.
Exactly.
You're creepy.
Ugh.
You're a tiny little dude.
What a pedo.
The mustache says it all.
So that's when she tells him, you should enjoy the fruits of nature. And he's like, you know what? I think I will. And just cold cocks this dude. But the way that he gets knocked out possibly is the funniest knockout I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's very similar to the punch in My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
Where he was getting the $200 back.
Yep. I mean, it's just a full-on hit, but the guy throws his head up in the air and stays standing. So he just takes him and drapes him over his shoulder. And
as he's about to collapse down. Yeah, like Ace grabs him and just drapes him over the back of his neck like a shawl.
Yep.
And he just starts parading around the party.
Yep, and makes it abundantly noticeable to everybody at this party.
And his wife, or I don't know if this is his wife or just date for the evening.
Yeah, no, it's just a date.
It's gotta be.
No.
It's horrible, this date.
Yeah, this decision was a bad idea.
Immediately regretting this. But she's appalled at his behavior.
Yes, very appalled. And as he walks around, I think my favorite part of that scene is when he's walking away, but then turns back to the camera and he's like, rah, 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 rah. Ooh. Mwah. And then smacks the dude on the butt as he's out. But what I love is the lady that's across, like it cuts to her and she's like, ugh. Like that's what you found offensive?
Right.
Not the fact that he got knocked out or the fact that, for 30 seconds prior, this guy's been walking around with him on his shoulders.
Just the booty smack.
But that one, that's what got you.
That's the line.
Yep.
That's it.
That's where we're drawing the line then, huh? Okay. So
her name must have been Tammy Lynn.
Yeah. So he just walked back over to the mistress and just like, oh, here you go.
Hands it to
just like puts him in her arms and he's like, lovely, but I fancy myself in autumn.
Yeah. And it's funny because
she has to carry him out.
He is like Ace is carrying him on his shoulders like he's nothing. Like he weighs nothing. But as soon as he hands him to her, she's like struggling to hold him up.
All 30 pounds of him.
Yeah. She's like a baby. I thought I smelled cabbage.
Oh.
Connie's.
Yep. So then as they're leaving, or they have to go to the projection room from there, which easily has to be one of the funniest scenes in the entire movie.
I don't remember anything that's actually on the film because Ace is just being stupid the whole time.
Yeah. As he walks in, you have this projection that is going right in the middle of the room from about, I would say, kind of stomach mid-chest level. And Ace sits down in the one chair right in front of the projector.
You're right. So all you can see is his big head and his obnoxious wavy hair.
The Jimmy Neutron hair.
Yes. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Woo! Oh, man. Steve Odenkirk, you all right. All right. Steve Odenkirk actually directed Ace Ventura, but also did Jimmy Neutron.
Did he really?
Yeah, I read that earlier. So I wonder if he ripped off, well, I mean, he had to have ripped off Ace Ventura to get that hairdo.
It makes so much sense.
It's all coming together.
There's a lot of that happening in this podcast.
Everything in my life has just changed. So
he acknowledges the fact that he's sitting directly in front of the projector, and he gets up and he moves slightly, just slightly.
But as he moves, Cadby's going through the slides, and he's showing a hunter that they've seen in the area that goes after rare and endangered species. And then it shows the other two Australian people, that the Australian hunters, and then that's when he really starts in, like he's puts his finger up and pretending to pick the one guy's nose, and then his hand is a claw, and he's like biting at the other guy's crotch. Now Greenwall thinks this is funny, and that's when Cadby finally loses it and stands up, and he was like, you know, there's gonna be a war in this. And he was like, and there's not going to be bloodshed in my province.
But Ace can't take this seriously, so
No.
he takes his 2 fingers and shadow twists his nipples.
I love it as he realizes, like, he looks down and just shuts his jacket.
Like,
but
what is that gonna
immediately
do?
his hands just go up over his eyes and makes the Lone Ranger mask. He's like, hi-ho, Silver, away! But as they're leaving, Cadby has to get the last laugh by showing him his trophy room of all the animals that he has killed.
Oh, yeah, just head pieces just
Yes.
all over the room. Elephants, tigers, every animal in Africa you can possibly imagine, and Ace is just freaking the hell out.
Yeah, and just very, like, I mean, kind of loses it in this room. And he was like, oh, is there a problem, Miss Ventura? And he turns around and he's like, absolutely not. This is a lovely room of death. Thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye then. And leaves. But Cadby thinks that he's had the last laugh, but he hasn't. Ace gets the last laugh because as they're walking out to the car, that's when the elephant's walking by and he's like, down, Bubba. And the elephant sits on the consulate's car.
Oh, yeah, the front bumper falls off. Leaves a massive dent in the hood. That's a nice car, too. I don't know if it was a Rolls Royce, but
I believe it is.
It was a nice car.
So then it shows Greenwall and Ace trekking through the jungle, probably because their Land Rover was wrecked.
Was it? I don't remember that.
Well, I mean, maybe if it had been 18 flips instead of 17.
Maybe they couldn't take it because discretion was critical.
So they're out in the jungle, and I guess they're going to the Wachutu tribe.
And shockingly enough, Greenwall's sweating.
Yep. But he steps on his heel. He's like, flat tire. And he's just laughing kind of about it.
He's like, not that I don't enjoy the good prank, Ace. He's like, but my heel is beginning to chafe.
Well, he tells him, he's like, don't you think this joke has run its course? It's like, I prostrate myself before you. It's like, well, no. It's like, I enjoy a good joke just as much as the next man, but my heel is rather raw. So that's when you hear the cries of the jungle, which would be, you know, the silverback gorilla. And that's when Greenwall's like, oh, we got to move on. It's like, it's mating season. Ooh, and nobody likes to be interrupted during mating season.
Especially the silverback gorilla.
Oh, yeah. So they trudge on for a little bit, and they come up to the caves, which the cave scene, that's when you find out what this elusive animal is that he is hunting.
Yeah, Greenway reveals that it is an albino bat.
Yep. What? You didn't say anything about a bat.
But Ace, I thought you were a lover of all animals.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, have you seen a bat up close? It's like, you know, look at the point here. It's a little fangs and the fangs. And
Yeah, this is why.
So great.
And this is why Jim Carrey didn't want to do this movie, because he thought it would be very out of character for Ace to not like an animal of any kind.
Or be scared of an animal of any kind. So he had actually argued with the director and said, why don't we just make him allergic to bats? But I think the fear of bats probably is, I mean, it's funnier.
It is funnier.
Yeah.
But so I guess he was obnoxious on the set the whole time because he didn't want to do this.
Yeah. At least, well, that's what I read.
I mean, I feel like he's going to be obnoxious on the set anyway.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jim Carrey. So that's when he was like, oh, so I take it you're not going to take the case? And he was like, no. As a lover of all animal kind, he's like, I'll take the case. I'm not touching it, though.
He goes into the cave holding a torch.
No, that's not it yet.
What?
That's when they go to the tribe first, and that's when they're walking up, and Greenwald's like, Bumbleway Chuna. Bumbleway Chuna.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying hi to everyone. He's like, Bumblebee Tuna.
Bumblebee Tuna.
Yep.
Nice
Bumblebee
to meet you.
Tuna.
Bumblebee Tuna.
Excuse me. Your balls are showing. Bumblebee Tuna.
And then he like lunges out just
Yeah.
to like mess with some of the tribes people, and they like jump back.
Yeah. Well, what's great is he improvised the scene coming up where Greenwald tells him, he was like, this tribe did not know disease until the white man came, and then he sneezed on the guy. Jim Carrey improvised that. That.
That was so good too.
It's so good. Because it's like, what a dickhead thing. I mean.
But, I mean, it makes you wonder, would they even know what a sneeze is if they've never experienced any form of sickness?
Yeah, you never know. Someone somewhere had to have a fucking allergy. I mean, come on.
You don't even need allergies to sneeze. You just need to get a tickle in your nose. So.
Yeah. God damn it. All this pepper. No, so that's when then he starts talking right after the sneeze. That's when he points at the totem pole and he was like, what's going on over here? It's like, oh yeah, every man in the tribe has to prove their weight. It's like, you have to stand on top of this and not move a muscle, basically.
Balance for 5 days.
5 days straight. And he's like, earthquake test.
Oh yeah, he shakes the totem trying to knock the dude down.
Oh, he's good. With my help, he could be the best.
And this is when he goes and gets to meet the chief.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this scene is disgusting.
Yeah, it is very disgusting. I can put up with a lot of things in my life, but man, being spit on, no, I can't do it.
No.
So
that's their way of expressing
affection. It's the highest form of flattery. Is to spit on someone.
So Ace gets introduced to the chief.
Yep.
And shortly afterwards, he gets spit on in the face.
Yep. And then the chief's son comes in.
Ouda.
Yeah. And I just like his introduction. He's like, this is the chief's son, Ouda. And he's like, I like you.
And then right in the...
He spits on him.
Right in the freaking eye.
Why?
Aren't I the popular one? Excuse me, or allow me to express my affection.
Yeah.
And then he just proceeds to just for God knows how long.
Oh, God. It's got to be 15 seconds easy.
And then it just cuts to the outside of the tent, and they're all laughing hysterically.
Yeah, coming out.
As they walk out of the tent with their faces just covered in snot.
Yeah, snot, mucus, phlegm, everything. It is.
I would like to find out what they used for that because it was just like thick and like hanging off of their face. Like, yes, is right.
Yes, yes. Ooh, you all right, Morgan? Ooh, yeah. I don't know what's happening here, but you got control of the podcast.
All right, I got it from here, Dutch. I'll take mucus for 500.
So they take him over to so they go over to the bat's quarters, the hut that it was staying in. They're like, how to get past the guard? And the guard is a baboon. And that's when Greenwald tells him, well, the guard was found shortly after asleep.
It's a sleepy little baboon.
But I like it when he talks to him and he tells him, he's like, it's okay, soldier. Mistakes happen. Like, it's almost just like Carry on, my wayward son.
It's a well-trained baboon because he doesn't really react much.
No, it doesn't react. He just stands there with his spear.
Very statuesque.
Don't just stand there. Throw me a spear.
Not yet, Dutch. Too soon.
You know what? Hang on. So he does go into the bats' dwellings and kind of makes a mockery of everything because he gets in trouble basically for going up onto the pedestal where the cage is. And as the tribal leader is like yelling at Greenwall in the native language, that's when Ace is like, oh, well, let me just go up here and, stand up here because I'm a dick like that.
Right, and then Ace is standing behind the chief, and he's, touching the sacred area with his foot. And then when the chief turns around, he just acts like he's not doing anything.
Yeah, I do like the. You find out that the bat's name is. I can't remember exactly what Shakaka. They called it. Oh, I mean not that, but they had like another name for it, and he was like, "But to the natives, it's Shakaka." And everyone, when they hear the name, they have to kneel down.
They kneel down, right?
Yeah. So they have to Tim Tebow it right up. And then, so Ace finds this out, and he's like, Shakaka.
He has to mess with him, yeah.
Yeah. Shakaka.
Shamalama ding dong.
Shish kebab.
Chicago.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Chicago. Ha! Gotcha. You're out. You're out of there. So then it goes off to the party at night, and you meet the princess with the amazing rack.
That's true.
Yep. But she does the Virgin's Dance of Virgin, I think.
And I gotta say,
some weird name like that. I don't know.
Aside from the amazing rack that we don't see, we don't actually see. She's got something weird.
Something weird.
No, she's got the best dimples that I've ever seen. Best dimples in the game.
Yeah, she has the best dimples in the industry,
and it's and a winning smile.
Yep, sure does.
She doesn't need 37 pieces of flair to show it either.
And she does not.
No, she's kind of doing almost like a belly style dance.
Yes, she is
in front of all the tribesmen, and then
yes,
Ace seems to be a bit taken by her.
Oh yeah, but he does take this advantage to. After the seductive dance. I do like his quote, though, when he is saying, he was like, I am no longer taken by the flesh of man. It's like, nope, my body is purely clean, and her belly is literally right in his face. And he just looks at Greenwald, and he's like, do you have $1? So as the dance ends, that's when he takes his time, and he's like, you know what? I can go and check the bat's hut while no one's around and no one's paying attention.
Oh, yeah, and he passes by the security guard, Baboon.
Yeah, who is passed out.
Yes.
Again.
Yes!
Yes! Yes, he is! Man, Duggan. Man, come on. You know this movie? Wow.
Yeah, but when he passes by him, the baboon kind of comes to a little bit, and he's just like, sleep. And he just lays back down.
And I love when he goes into the hut because he's like, fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the fingerprints of scum. And then pulls out a dusting kit and literally dusts.
Time lapse.
The entire.
You see him start to dust.
I don't know how he's not out of dust when he's done.
It is an insane amount of dust.
Yeah. Everything is covered in dust. I mean, the floor, the cage. Him. It's ridiculous.
Nothing.
Not one damn clue.
Until he moves the...
flips over the cage.
Where the cage was. Because the cage isn't there anymore. Right?
Yeah, no, it's there because that's what he starts dusting first, and then he goes and flips it over, and that's when he finds
that
the
trap
feather.
Door. Oh, it looked like a trap door from a distance, but no, it's just.
Well, yeah, because there's powder everywhere else.
Yeah,
so everything looks like a trap door.
That's true. Yes, he finds a black feather.
Yep.
Dun, dun, dun.
So that's when he goes. From there, it shows him thinking outside, and that's when he has a little bamboo stick, and he's shooting spitballs, but you don't know what he's shooting spitballs at.
You don't even know that
just yet.
Right, just yet. And then he sees the princess walking towards him, and then he happens to glance over and notice this, and he immediately gets nervous.
Yeah, just good thoughts in, bad thoughts out.
Yes.
So she comes over and
Sits down
starts
next to him.
and starts talking to him, and he's like, "Oh, you speak English?" And she's like, "Yes, I learned." Because missionaries obviously come through those parts of Africa. And that's when he spits another spitball, and she was like, "Ooh,
you're very good with that."
Yeah. And he teaches her how to do it. And that's when you find out what they're spitting spitballs at.
Yeah, the guy that's on the top of the totem pole trying to balance.
He has like 7 spitballs on his face.
So, yeah, after... she spits one, and then he tells her, he's like, "All right, relax your shoulders."
Yeah.
And, deep breath, and then, just let it fly.
Yep.
And then gets him, right under the nostril.
Which you know has to be annoying.
Yes.
So then they start talking, and she even says, "I don't know if I can please my new husband. I've never been with a man." Basically, hey.
Implying that she needs some practice. And that's when Ace, he reveals that he can no longer partake of the sins of the flesh or whatever. And
can't do it.
And then she removes her top to see if that would.
"Sorry, mistress. Those are quite lovely."
Oh, those are nice. Yes.
So
she looks very disappointed that he doesn't take her up on her offer.
I'm sure that she's disappointed. She's never known a man, and bam, first one she throws herself at, rejected.
She gets rejected. But Ace has to relieve himself still.
Yep.
Alone.
And Greenwald walks in on this.
And by relieve himself, I mean meditate.
I like that it shows his shadow, and he's just rocking back and forth, and he's like, "Oh, baby. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh, baby." And he walks in, he's like, "Ace, I thought," and he's like, "Ah!"
He's covers himself with brush, some kind of plants. It's like, "I was just doing my mantra."
"Could you meet me outside in 10 minutes? I tend to get a little cranky if I don't finish my meditation." That's when they go to the caves. And he even tells him, he's like, "I thought you would want to check out the caves." He's like, "Of course. I'll be there in a minute." But then when they go to the caves, I like how he just walks up to it on the outside, and he's like, "Well, big load off my mind." You can never really be too sure until you really get there. And they're like, "Don't you want to go inside?" And he was like, "No, there's no reason to go in there ever. I sense it as a holy man." It's like, "But Ace, shouldn't you?" And he's like, "It's dark." Okay? It's like, "I could fall into a precipice." It's like, "Here, take my torch."
"Thanks a lot, Greenway."
"Spank you, Helpy Helperton." So he goes into the cave to investigate, and that's when he finds another feather. And what's great,
it's like he's shaking the torch up and down, and just like
he's trying to frighten anything off.
Nothing in here.
Like a bat's gonna be like, "Oh my God, fire. We gotta go. Hey guys, let's get out of here." So
he grabs that necklace, the charm.
Yeah, because he hears the bats squeaking, and that's when you see the look of worry come over his face, and he's like, "My medallion." It's like, "As long as I hold this near me, I shall fear no living creature." And then here,
immediately throws it.
"Die, devil bat!" Throws the medallion off in the distance. Looks at his hand. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
I'm okay.
He screwed up.
Just as long as I got my torch." As long as I have my torch, nothing can happen.
And then he throws his goddamn torch.
Because he hears another little squeak and he's like, die, devil bird. And he's like, and then the torch goes out and he's like, I'm okay. And you hear the smallest little squeak. And that's when you see him scream, like running out.
He's running out of the cave, and then a bunch of like small bats are flying out.
Yeah. It's like, they're in my hair. They're in my hair. It's like, oh, please, God, help me. Ace.
There's nothing in your hair.
Exactly. I was merely running a drill.
Because it's Greenway and Uadu out there with them, right?
And that's when he shows him the evidence or the clue that he found.
Or Oda. I keep fucking up his name.
But he shows him the evidence that he found, which was the feather. So he's got 2 matching feathers. One from the cage and one from the cave. So
I believe he reveals that it could be Quinn at this point.
Yep. And he says it's Quinn. And then he was like, hey, Burton Quinn is a very dangerous man. He's like, don't worry. I'm a master of disguise. And it shows Quinn's amusement park as he's driving through. And you have Ace Ventura, who is picking lice off of a chimp, but dressed as himself in the very wide open.
Yes.
And so it'd be impossible to be like, oh, well, yeah, no, I didn't know that was a guy.
He blends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you blend.
And then it shows him he's like a hippo in the water, and then the zebra, all the lions are eating the zebra, and he pops up from the carcass. And then he tells the others,
none of the animals go to waste or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, eat up, guys. None of this animal goes to waste.
Yeah, and he's just eating this zebra carcass. And then the best scene of all, where he's inside this mechanical rhino.
Yes. I actually say this line quite a bit.
Warm!
Yeah. As he's going up, and he was like, oh, meeting with secret types much. As he's saying this, the fan that's inside this rhino, keeping him cool,
just
goes
comes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's when you see him like really start to sweat. And I do say, especially during the hot season, I say, warm. And then I also use the other line that he says afterwards when he's like, it's a little hot in these rhinos.
Which
of course,
you would
never
use.
Yeah, I replace the word rhino with other things like get a little hot in these elevators, get a little hot in these hallways.
I think you should just say rhino.
I should start saying rhino. Just throw it out there.
Makes for good convo.
Yep. Yeah, just throw it out. Look.
See what happens.
I'm gonna send something in your direction. You like it? You can take it. If not, send it right back.
Okay.
It's a little warm in these rhinos.
Yes! Yes! It works for everything.
It does. Oh.
Oh, yeah. So
after Quinn leaves, that's when he's
tries
stripped
to get
down
out.
to nothing.
Yeah, and then he tries to get out of the rhino, and it's got one of those like
hatch
doors with the wheel that you have to turn to unlock and open the door, but he turns it the wrong way.
Yep. And the handle breaks off.
Handle breaks off.
So he's feeling like, I'm stuck. I'm going to roast alive in this rhino.
And then he notices a
single
ray of light.
Yep. From a single peephole.
In the butt.
Out of the rhino's behind.
The butt.
Yep.
And it just so happens that there is a tour going on.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the same area. And as Ace is trying to make his way through the butthole.
Yep.
The butt's hole. This family thinks that the rhino's giving birth.
Yep. Oh, look at the mama rhino. She's giving birth.
But it's funny, and you mentioned this earlier when we were watching it, that the fan dies, but the rhino's head is still moving.
Yes. So the rhino still has power somehow.
Somewhere. Separate battery, I guess. But
from the backup generator.
Ace, he starts, with his fingers, like poking through.
Yeah.
And then eventually he uses his face.
His arm, his face, his head. And before you know it, I mean, he's got his head out and then, I mean, his entire upper torso. But I love when he comes out because the dad is just like, the mom is like, come on, kids. And even the daughter's like, Mommy.
But at first everybody thought it was magical and they're witnessing, a miracle of birth until they realize something's not quite right.
But I like Ace because he's like, it's like this grunting human coming out of the back of a rhino. It just falls to the ground naked, but the son is just like, cool. Let's go look at this.
But I like when he gets his head all the way out and you see his hair, but then like the bottom part of we'll call it rhino skin.
Yeah.
Gets caught on his bottom jaw. It just looks funny as hell. Oh.
So then that's when I think he has the first encounter with the darts because he's walking back to the Wachutu's tribe.
Try that again?
The Wachutu's.
Jesus.
Wackovias.
Yeah, he's walking through the jungle, I guess.
Yeah.
Jungle.
And he's telling Spike, he's like, hey, I'm close. I can feel it. Like it's right.
And then a dart hits him right in the jugular.
Yeah, and he's like, in my neck. Run. And as he's running, he gets hit with more darts.
He gets hit with two more.
Yeah.
And then when the third dart hits him, he's like, 3 darts is too much. Because he starts going numb.
Starting to go numb.
And then I like how he's like flailing his arms around like they're dead.
Yes!
As he's running.
Yes!
And then he just gets
like 12 darts in the back.
Right in the back, and then he just falls to the ground. But he after he looks to the back, and he's just, hey.
It just falls out. So I guess they find him in the jungle, and they bring him in the hut. And he actually has a nod at Rue McClacken at this point from Golden Girls.
The who?
As he's waking up. Because he's like, oh, it's like, I do declare. Because that's what she would always do in the Golden Girls.
She did do that.
Yep. So
she did that once.
Yep. I saw it. I saw it with my eyes.
Yeah, but then the princess hands him a bowl of water.
Yep.
And then
that he immediately regurgitates.
He starts drinking it and then spits it out when he realizes it's a guano bowl.
Collect the whole set.
Which the Wachuchu tribe, I think I'm saying that right. They make everything out of guano.
Yeah.
Bat shit.
Yep.
The poopy.
So the poopies.
Yes, they eat it and they eat off of it. Weird.
Yep. Well, I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures.
When in Rome.
So that's when he goes back out. And from this scene, he has to go to the other tribe to tell them, or just to kind of infiltrate them. And that...
Right, because he has to tell them that it wasn't the Wachuchus or whatever.
Yeah.
That took this bat that's sacred to both tribes.
Yeah. But they're like, oh, no, they're not going to welcome you because you're an outsider. He's like, oh, no, I have a way. He's like, once I infiltrate them and I gain their trust, don't worry. I'll be fine. So him and Oda go to the other tribe, which I think was the Wachichi.
Something like that.
They go to the other tribe.
Wachichi, maybe? Yeah, sure, why not? Oxy kitten?
So they go
Wachati.
The Wachatis. Yep. And so they go to that tribe and they're having a big bonfire party. And that's when you see Ace and he sees the mask because Oda's like, how are you even going to get in? And he sees the mask. He's like, Wunderbar. the exclaim with great relish. No idea what that means.
No.
But I have loved that line. I have said that line ever since like 1996,
I've
whenever
never
this
heard you
movie
say
came
it.
out.
You're going to have to start saying it now, I guess.
Well, yeah. It's one of those things like when something good happens, that's when I'll use it.
It has to be the right moment.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not when this podcast took off.
Terrible reviews right out the gate.
So from there, that's when he goes in and starts, dancing with the tribe's members, and he's doing the stupidest dance, like, the armpit farts, and I think but as he's doing this, he's trying to check the huts in their camp to be like, oh, I have to find this great white bat. Well, eventually people start realizing, hey, there's a white dude here. And I've been to many a party like that where I'm the white dude.
You were the white dude?
Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, it gets very uncomfortable very quick.
Why is that?
Because I was never invited.
Oh.
I just showed up.
Well, yeah. Warranted. You brought that on yourself.
So that's when
he gets confronted by gingivitis.
Yep. Oh.
Yeah, I'm assuming this is the Wachati chief or something.
Yes. No, it's the witch doctor for that tribe.
Well, either way,
yeah,
he's no dentist.
Nope.
Because his teeth are just nasty.
That they are.
Gingivitis is the leading cause of tooth decay.
Iquinsu Ocha. And I like that everyone comes up to him with spears, and he's like, oh, there's no problem. It's like, Oda's probably gone for help. And then that's when they're bringing him up. He's like, hello, Ace. He's like, oh, great. He's like, yeah, they found me. So don't beat yourself up over this.
Oh, yeah, he's very pleasant about the whole thing.
As he is through the entire movie. It doesn't matter what's going on. I mean, Oda's very,
very, very,
very happy.
Happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, just to be included.
He realizes that, Ace finds out that they've been calling him White Devil.
Yep, Iquinsu Ocha is White Devil. And I love it because he's like, when the witch doctor's like, Iquinsu Ocha, and he's like, he says you're the White Devil. And then he turns around and looks at the tribe, and he was like, Iquinsu Ocha, Iquinsu Ocha. And then Ace is like, Oda tells him,
White Devil.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you speak what you do?
He's like, tell them that I'm...
I mean them no harm.
Yeah.
And when he translates, it's like,
I want to fight.
I mean to bring you harm. He's like, I represent the princess.
I am a princess.
I am a princess. It's like, war.
He's like, did I hear you say, shoot, whatever the hell it is?
Yeah, as he starts off, he's like, Iquinsu Ocha. And then he sits there and he was like, couldn't help that you refer to me as the White Devil. And he's like, this is how they know you.
He's like, leave that part out.
War is hell.
Good God. What is it good for?
He's like, nobody wants to fight. And then when he translates, it's like, I want to fight. Go to hell.
Yeah. And I don't know if, Oda was doing it to, mess with Ace, or if he just... he's very bad at speaking Wachati.
I think he's very bad at speaking Wachati, but it's because he knows only his dialect. So their dialect is probably close, but has its differences. So just you can't go to Mexico and speak Spain Spanish. And just like Spaniards can't go to Mexico and speak their Spanish.
Well,
because it's
could.
Not the language itself; it's the inconsistencies.
Well, you can't go to Brazil or Portugal and speak Spanish because they speak Portuguese.
Exactly,
and it's totally different.
Yep.
Ask John Travolta in what the hell was that movie?
Jesus Christ! And you do this for a living?
No. We don't do those kind of movies. Every movie we talked about so far has been a comedy. Don't hold that against me.
Are you talking about Basic?
No, it's where like he sees something like a comet or something. And
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And phenomenon.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal movie.
Phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Okay, we've gotten way off track here.
Fucking tangents, man. We've got 20 minutes to wrap this episode up.
Okay, I can get it done in 20 minutes.
Otherwise, our sponsors are going to have a shit.
Yep. Speaking of sponsors, let's take a quick commercial break.
I think it's a good time.
Right on.
See you in a minute. All right, we're back.
Yep.
And if an ad played, it must have been about a minute. If it didn't, then it was like seconds.
So, after he's confronted by, the other tribe, that's when they say, he has to pass the 3 tests. And the first test, I think it's more than 3. It may be 4. The first test is the fire walk, where he's got to walk on the hot coals. And the first guy does it, from the tribe, does it just fine. And he turns around to celebrate, but Ace pushes him on the coals and uses his body to get across.
As he's face down.
Yes. And then the next test is when they're out on the log, and the log is not moving, but the one guy looks like he can't keep his balance, and Ace is just standing there like, it's not a problem.
And he rips off his waist, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, like a skirt.
Right, and then he whips him like a towel.
Yeah.
In the ass, and then he just falls into the water.
And then it shows the witch doctor pull out that guy's stomach.
He pulls out. He pulls. It looks like a heart, but he pulls it out of his stomach.
Maybe it may have been his appendix or something.
It could have been. And then Ace shoves his entire arm into the guy's mouth and pulls out an apple core.
Yeah.
Which, why is the apple core in his stomach? I don't know.
Yeah, you never know.
That's the part you get rid of.
Or do you?
I don't know.
So then he immediately turns around, and there's that pregnant lady. So he lays her down and pushes on her stomach, and the baby just shoots out.
Umbilical cord and all still attached.
Yep. So then it shows him going to the winner's circle, and
there's one more task that you must complete.
Yeah, the circle of death.
death.
He's like, funny. That's my specialty. like he's been in a number of circle of deaths.
Probably not like this.
Nope.
Then he sees one of the just giant, just huge tribesmen.
Well, yeah, one of the largest human beings I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude must have been at least 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then...
But he's got a backpack on.
He thinks that, Ace thinks he's got to fight this dude. And then he turns around.
And lays the backpack down.
Who's in this backpack?
Tommy Davidson.
Yes. Horrible Davidson.
They actually did In Living Color together.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah. Tommy Davidson, he plays this like vicious little tribesman who's like
probably the most vicious human being in the world.
And he played this part like really well. Like he speaks a little bit, but in like the Wachati native tongue.
Yeah.
But for the most part, he just growls.
Yep. So he gets out and, they have to fight.
But I like the fact that the big dude
is scared.
He's scared to like undo the backpack to let him out. I feel like he's been bitten in the fingers a couple times.
So
he's a biter.
Yeah. So he lets him out. And I love that when he gets in, like, the circle and you just see him and Ace is telling him, he is like, I am a child of God now. He's like, violence is no longer in my nature, but if you want it, you got it, sister.
But he's like, that's what I have to fight? Yeah. Because Tommy Davidson is a small
it's like half
dude.
The size of Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he goes to punch him, and then it ends up in Tommy Davidson's teeth.
Yeah, he catches his knuckle in his teeth.
And he's like, I had no idea that the Wachati were biters.
It's like, all right, why don't you try this on for size? And
he runs it.
And well, what's funny is you just see him getting his ass kicked all after this.
Right.
I mean, heads and drums, sand all thrown on him and everything.
He gets dragged by his mouth.
Yeah. And what's funny is when Oda tells him, he's like, Ace, he way better fighter than you. And he's like, Doi!
Oh, but then it gets to the point with the spears, man. And this...
Yeah.
Oh,
and he
God.
tells him, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, it's been fun fighting you, but now I must kill you. And he gets the spear in his hand. This is the quote that I love from from Ace in this movie. It has to be one of the best quotes ever, just because, one, how it's delivered, and then two, how he reacted. Because he tells him, I feel I must warn you. I have the speed of a cat I have the reflexes of a cat and the speed of a mongoose. Throw it. I dare ya.
And if you listen to our podcast trivia episode,
yep,
you will recognize that quote.
So he does throw it, but Ace
right
doesn't move.
leg.
He doesn't move at all, so he doesn't have the reflexes of a cat or the speed of a mongoose.
Clearly.
He just watches it go into his leg.
The spear doesn't even go that fast either.
Yeah. So he's screaming, and everyone's laughing, but he looks at his compadre, Oda, who's come from the other camp with him to help him. He's like, don't just stand there. Throw me a spear. And so Oda throws him a spear that goes into the other leg.
And what I notice is before he throws the spear, he looks down.
Yeah.
Like he's actually aiming at his leg.
So now he's got two spears, one in each leg.
And then like the whole tribe is laughing their asses off.
It's in the bone. It's in the bone.
It's in the bone. 2 spears is too much.
So they, reluctantly let him go because, they think he's hysterical.
He's like, they think you a sissy.
Yeah. You like sissy girl. So they end up letting him go, and they go back to the other tribe. But as he's walking away, that's when Oda's like, are your legs sore? Do you want me to carry you? And he's like, no. It's like, I have a high threshold for pain. And you hear another dart, and he's like, holy monkey.
He gets shot in the ass with another freaking dart.
Yeah, from the chief.
And then they just start running away.
Yeah. But as he examines the darts, that's when he realizes the Wachutu didn't take Shakaka.
The Wachati did not take Shakaka.
And as Oda stands back up, he's, welcome back. And he tells him, hey, I think I figured this out. But you have to you have to let them know that they're going to attack tomorrow at noon. So he goes.
Yeah, he sends Uoda back to the tribe to let them know.
Yeah.
War's on.
Yep.
High noon.
Because he knows where to find where this dart was made. And as he goes out there, he finds the great white bat that has great white guano.
Oh my God, he does.
So he fakes a silverback call, and the two trappers that have the bat leave
the Australians.
Hut. Yes. They leave the hut, and they're going to, track this silverback. Well, he reaches in to grab the bat that he just...
He cringes every time he gets near the bat.
And
it's a creepy looking... I mean, it's obviously fake, but...
Yeah,
it's a creepy looking bat.
It is very creepy looking. So then that's when you hear one of the Australian guys, he's like, isn't she a beauty? And he turns around and you hear a dart. And it goes black. The screen goes black and you just hear Ace like, "Urgh!" And he wakes, him and his monkey, Spike, wake up tied to a raft going down a river. He's like, I see that the vegetation is ebbed on the sides of the river. Increased steady flow. Yep, I could say it gets pretty rough up ahead. And it shows a waterfall.
Yes, quite rough.
So he tells Spike, he's like, I'm going to get you loose, and then you chew through my ropes, okay? So he gets Spike loose, and Spike is, I guess, trying to untie Ace, But he's just like pulling the rope back and forth. But Ace is like, that's it. Get it, buddy. Okay. And Spike actually points like the waterfall's coming. So he just jumps up on a branch and
it's all you.
Leaves him on the raft. See you,
Good
bud.
luck, everybody else.
So he goes over the waterfall, and you hear him yelling for Spike as he's falling. But as he pops up out of the water, he's like, Spike!
It's like, I'm alive.
It's like, I'm alive. I'm alive. And then the crocodile pops up.
Yeah, he wrestles with a freaking crocodile. Beats the shit out of him, too.
Yep, he does. And I like that the croc actually tries to leave the water, and he's like, oh, no, don't start what you can't finish.
Yeah, he drags his ass back in by the tail.
So after that, then it shows him back at the tribe in the hut, and he was like, okay. He's like, all right, gotta think. And then he sits down, and he goes into his little meditation phase, where I can't do this scene any justice, where he sings Alrighty Then in a monk type fashion.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could try it, but I don't
think
know
either of us could do it. But I think that this is like one of those secrets. Like, if someone hasn't seen the movie, then we should let them enjoy it for themselves, because that alone is worth watching the movie. But he does have an out-of-body experience that he goes all the way back to the house of
the Tibetan
10,000
monks.
steps.
Yeah, he projects his
Aura.
Right, into the temple. Him and Spike.
Well, yeah.
This isn't no solo mission.
Yes! Yes! Man, Morgan, you all right.
Yeah, but he talks to the head monk,
Yeah.
because he's trying to figure out what the connection is.
Yeah, and he wants to know what the Wachutu have that's so valuable to mankind. And the monk tells him, he was like, the medallion, it'll lead you to the answer.
He's like, you still have the medallion, don't you?
Oh yeah. The medallion, I
left it back with my body.
It's like, oh, Ace, your aura is weakening. He's like, okay, I threw it in a cave. What do you want from me? What are you, Mr. Perfect? And then that's when he tells him, he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, you want to know where it is? It's probably sitting in a huge pile of... And he realizes, and he gets shipped back to his body. And as he wakes up, he's like, guano. They have guano. So he goes back to Cadby's because he's figured out this entire thing. He meets Hitu, which is the chief of police for, Johnson County in Africa, I guess.
But he's back in that giant, like, Land Rover thing.
Yeah,
because
that he flips 17 times.
But this time lands upside down.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
Still has his like a glove line as he comes tumbling out.
I mean, you're not going to not do it.
Well, no.
But he says it a little differently this time around. Like a glove.
And as he gets up, as Hitu helps him get up, he's like, let's go kick some consulate butt. And they walk in, and that's when Ace has put everything together and has shown that, Cadby is the one that has the bats, that hired all these people to do this because they have guano, and he wants guano.
Isn't he's playing chess by himself?
Yes.
While he's drinking a nice glass of scotch.
Yep. Middle of the day. Got to do some day drinking. Play some chess.
Scotch.
Because that's just what we do.
That's just what he do.
So as he walks in, he puts this all out in front of him. And he was like, I just don't know why you hired me to do all this. And he was like, hey, I had to do everything I could to show that I prevented this civil war from happening.
You were my alibi.
Yep. So that's when he realizes, or no, he tells Hitu, the chief of police, he's like, all right, arrest him.
Arrest him.
He does nothing.
He just stands there.
Arrest him. Please arrest him. Simon says arrest him. And that's when he realizes everybody's in on it.
Yes.
So I like that he does like the little duck and rolls.
Yeah, he tries to get Greenway to flick the lights off.
Yeah, he's like, green ball, hit the
Or
lights.
Greenwall, yeah.
And then he rolls again. And he's like, the switch on the wall beside you, flick it.
He's
And then
just
he
crawling
crawls
in different
over.
areas of the room.
Crawls over. And it's the middle of the day, too, and there are windows everywhere. So it's like, it doesn't matter if he clicked off the lights, the room would still be bright.
Exactly.
But he crawls over to the couch and he just stands up real quick and he's like, flick it, quick.
Then he too ends up like dragging his ass outside.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the hell he was going to take him.
Probably to jail. Because he even tells him, he's like, all right, shall we go to jail then?
Yeah, that's
and goes
true.
to walk out. And that's when
When he's about to get loaded into the car,
yeah, he's
he
like,
does
get
a
in.
very familiar sound.
Oogie boo.
Oogie boo, oogie boo.
Oogie boo.
And he's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and the whole time what he's doing is talking to Boba, the elephant.
The big ass elephant.
Yep. And it comes charging up and knocks Hitu down.
Flips the car over.
Yep. And then picks up Ace and takes Ace out into the jungle. So as they go walking out, which I was actually surprised that nobody in the house heard this. Because, I mean, an elephant and a car flipping over. Yeah. So it seems like someone inside would have been like, what in tarnation is going on out there?
But then again, they have been day drinking, so...
Oh, yeah. Very good point. Very good point. Huh.
Why is that light flickering?
I am not sure.
Is this apartment haunted, dude?
Drew's not here. That's probably why. Yeah.
God.
Damn it, Drew. God, you call out sick one day.
You just abuse it.
Yep. So they go from there to, he goes out to the jungle, and then that's when he calls all of his jungle friends. Friends! Rodents! Quadrupeds! Lend me your ears. And then bends over in the tree and does the Tarzan yell out of his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
And he gets
I'm not going to do that either.
Yeah, he gets all the woodland creatures to help him in this raid. And
Elephant busts through the wall of the consulate.
Yep.
And it looks like the building is supposed to be made out of brick, really sturdy. But as the elephant crushes through this wall, it just looks like drywall or something.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see it. Because, you don't want to hurt the elephant as it comes crashing through a wall.
Of course. Of course.
So, all these animals come in and they're trying to save the day. But Ace comes in riding an ostrich, which I think is funny because I don't know if there are many ostriches in Africa. I mean, not that I would think of.
I think that's where they are. Emus are in Australia.
Is it?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yes.
Really? Well, hey, look at Dutch. Man.
Yes.
I mean, read a book.
Yeah, Dutch. Read a book. Seriously, Dutch.
So I like the whole fight sequence because I mean, he comes up behind the poachers and he's got the skunk and he's like, "Hey, poachers, say hello to my stinky little friend."
Oh,
and
yeah, he skunk sprays them.
Yeah.
All up in the face, in their mouth, and holes and everything.
Yeah, they shouldn't have been yelling. I mean, God, you got to keep your mouth shut at a time like that. Yeah.
There's a time and a place, and that was not it.
Nope, not it at all. Yep.
Hope they had some tomato sauce or soup, whatever the hell it is.
And then I like it when he comes running up behind Cadby, but he's got the bat. So as he comes running up to grab him, he just holds the bat up. He's like, "Get it away!" and turns around and runs away. But Cadby makes it outside, jumps in one of the other Land Rovers, and takes off out into the jungle. Well, Ace comes out with the monkeys.
He's trying to find a
walking
car that
like
he
a
can
monkey.
follow.
Yeah. So he looks in the first car, no keys. Looks in the second car, no keys. Goes around to the third car, which conveniently is a monster truck. And there are keys in it. And why not?
I want to know who this truck belonged to.
Definitely not Cadby.
You never find out.
So he chases them. And I like the interactions between them while they're driving through the woods. because, he just pulls up next to him and he looks down and he's like, Cadby, from the consulate, right? Like, oh, this is weird. So stupid. He puts the cigarette light. Oh, that's when he does the cigarette lighter and pushes that in, and the cab raises up on the truck. The cigarette lighter comes out, and I love that he just looks at it for a second and then turns and just throws it in his lap, and the cab goes back down. Well, as he's fighting to try and get the cigarette lighter, as Cadby's trying to find the cigarette lighter, he finally finds it and holds it up like a victory thing, like, ha, 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 you can't get me. But that's when Ace points ahead of him, and the tree's right there, and he slams into the tree, and the bat goes flying out. Well, as he's kind of coming to, he looks over, and that's where the monster truck is set up, and it comes and runs over the Land Rover.
Yeah, Cab gets out, though.
Yep.
And he's trying to run away. But
he gets out, but he
doesn't get far.
Away.
He does not get far.
No, he doesn't.
Because it's mating season.
Yep, you're gonna walk wrong for a week. So Ace goes chasing after Cadby, but then he looks up at the sun and he's like, noon. So he knows that there's a war about to ensue. So he has to get the bats.
It's about to go down.
Yep, he's got to get the bat, and he has to get it back to the Wachutus. Shakaka. So they finally find each other. The Wachutu and the Wachatis find each other, and they're about to battle. But Ace comes running through with the bats and yells Shakaka, and everyone kneels down. I like right after that, you see him running through, and it kind of looks like their tribes really aren't that far away at all, because one, it took him almost no time to get there, but as soon as he runs through the battlefield, I mean, they're already head to head, but as soon as he runs through the battlefield, it's like 50 feet away is the Wachutus tribe, like their village. So I don't know if they were, like laying in wait, or if they just decided, hey, let's go have lunch first and then we'll go fight.
Practically neighbors. I don't know.
Because right after that, as he yells Shakaka and runs through, everyone kneels down, and then it shows him running, and you see the village huts right there, and he's like, come on, Ace Pet Detective coming through, clear a path, people. So that's when they see Cadby off on the side, and Oda says, he was like, Iquintuocha, which we've already learned means white devil.
Damn it.
Yep.
Thought it was guano.
Oh, he is a piece of guano.
Foiled again.
But as he goes running off, he finds Solitude behind a tree, and everyone passes him by except for the male silverback gorilla. That finds him and takes him into the brush to be his blushing bride, at least for the afternoon.
You can only imagine. You can imagine what it'd be like if we did.
Yep. So Ace Ventura saves the day yet again and brings these two tribes together, and
there's a wedding to be had.
Yes, and it's the princess with the amazing rack and Tommy Davidson's character that you never find out the name of. They go into the hut literally right after the ceremony because they have to consummate the marriage.
So you have to consummate the marriage, right?
Literally right away. And,
almost as soon as they go into the tent. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Ace is talking about what a beautiful thing weddings are, and, what it's like to, put your trust in someone. And then that's when he comes screaming out, and he's saying something in his native tongue. And he was like, what's that? He's like, apparently he's saying that she's not a virgin. And that's when you see Ace, and he's like, they can tell that. So the whole tribe ends with them chasing Ace through the jungle.
He's credited as Tiny Warrior.
Tiny Warrior. Tiny Warrior #1.
Pretty much. But yeah, that's when nature calls. We actually kept this one an hour and a half, see?
Yes. Yes.
Little faith.
Yes. Yes. Man, Morgan, you all right.
See? I never let you down.
I'm getting better.
Yeah, but no, this is one of the sequels that almost supersedes.
Just about. I'm not gonna lie. I will say that this sequel is better than the original.
I think it was,
at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and it has a different feel than the original too, and that's what I like about it. Granted, Ace is, he takes the obnoxiousness, to another level throughout the whole thing. But the movie itself, because he's in a different area of the world,
right?
Different characters to interact with. It, it's got a different vibe to it, which I appreciate personally.
Yeah, and I appreciated that too, and I appreciate the little things like knowing about the movie that I read about. Just like the things that Jim Carrey didn't want to do the movie, based on the fact that Ace is supposed to be a lover of all animals, but then I had a problem with you can't. Like, he can't be scared of an animal because he's supposed to love all animals. I love little things like learning little tidbits about movies and doing research like that.
Same. It gives you another appreciation for the movie, and how things don't always go as planned, but sometimes that makes for a better movie.
Yeah, and imagine if Jim Carrey had his way and said, well, I don't want to do this because, Ace Ventura is supposed to love all animals and you're making him scared of an animal. So I'm backing out. And they were like, okay, let's just scrap the project.
And then they get Ethan Hawke to do it instead.
Yeah. Well, not even that. But just imagine if the movie was never made.
Yeah.
We would be in a less quotable world.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Sad to think about it. But you know what? That didn't happen.
Nope.
So
didn't happen at all.
We can celebrate.
That we can.
And you know what else we need to do?
Shots? I'm sorry, what? No, yeah, okay. Where?
No, we need to tease episode 2.
Oh.
There's a hot lead. And I know you know what it is this time because we wrote the shit down.
Oh, you better believe it. I know exactly what it is. Okay, so are we ready?
Yes.
All right. Coconut? I hate coconut. Not the taste, the consistency. Oh, no, I like coconut. I like coconut a lot.
This is where you find out who you're going to call. It's Ghostbusters. And no, everybody, it's not Ghostbusters that we're teasing.
Nope.
But that's all we're going to give you. But yep. I'm definitely looking forward to this next episode.
Come on. Help me with my boots.
Thank you for joining us for Season 2, Episode 1.
Yes,
and,
yes.
Sticking around with us. We took our little short break, which was well needed.
It was. We recharged, coming back in the studio.
Rejuvenated.
Yep.
And back at it.
And I will give it to you one last time. Loving every minute of it.
Loving every minute.
Loving every minute of it. Loving every minute of it.
Just when you thought you couldn't. I don't even know where I was going with that shit. All right. Bye, Quotable Nation.
Bye.